Welcome back, Rare Talks. You already know what it is. Like, comment and subscribe. If you haven't, make sure you go over to the Spotify and check out the exclusive episodes that we have on the Spotify. And today we're back talking about how to deal with rejection in relationship. What I've come to realize is that a lot of men don't know how to deal with rejection. They don't know how to deal with a woman not liking them. And in hindsight, they get angry, upset, and sometimes even get aggressive. As we'll come to see, is the worst approach you can deal with when dealing with women. Everybody deals with rejection at some time, male or female. Just remember that. This is part of life. And it can be tough. It can hurt, make you feel a certain way. But let me just let you know, this is life. Dealing with rejection is part of life. Getting fired from a job, part of life. Losing the girl that you love, part of life. Losing loved ones to death, part of life. Not achieving what you want, part of life. So to kick things off, let's clarify what we mean by rejection in relationships. Rejection can come in many forms, from a partner turning down your ideas to feeling unappreciated or experiencing emotional distance. It's important to recognize that rejection is a natural part of any relationship, but it's how you handle it that really matters. Number one, we're going to talk about understanding emotions. Now, when we talk about emotions, men always get their back against the wall. I'm not emotional, blood. Man never feels emotions, and man's this stone cold killer, and I think logical, and men think logical. Women think with emotions. There's a lot of men that think with their emotions. Having emotions is a human thing. Makes you a human. Understand that we all have emotions, but emotional intelligence is not. Emotional intelligence is not. So one of the best ways to deal with rejections is open communication. Approach your partner in a non-confrontational way. A lot of people don't know how to do this. She said she don't want to be in a relationship anymore, so you've resorted to start insulting her or treating her bad or talking bad to her. It's the wrong way. You're doing it all wrong, bro. If a woman tells you she don't want to be with you, that's the best thing she can actually say to you, because she's not wasting your time, you're not wasting her time. If she's met someone else or she's moved on, it doesn't really matter what the reason is. She's told you that she does not want to be in this relationship. Now, let me just put this out there for 1 second. Sometimes women say that to see your reaction, to see if you care. But to the women that are doing this and playing these mind games with men, sometimes playing these mind games can have detrimental effects, not just on the man, but on yourself as well. Because the reaction that he can give you could not even be the real reaction that you wanted. So don't play mind games with men if you don't want mind games to be done to you. Dealing with rejection, don't go in to blame the woman. Don't go to her and start blaming her. Oh, babes, you know what? The only reason why you're doing this is because you're like this or you're like... Don't say nothing. Just listen. Say to her, can you elaborate why? If she says, no, I don't want to, then cool, no problem, keep it moving. Next thing, gaining perspective. Rejection often provides opportunity for self-reflection. And I always tell men that you should be self-reflecting at least 2 to 3 times a day. There should be a time when you're in the gym reflecting, and there should be a time when you're in the shower reflecting, and a time before you go to bed you're reflecting. And the reason why I say these times is because your mind's the most freest at these times. So this is why it's good to reflect at these times. Ask yourself if there are any underlying issues contributing to the situation. Maybe there's a miscommunication or unmet needs that need addressing. Use this as a chance to grow individually or as a couple, depends. Next thing is embracing resilience. Dealing with rejection requires resilience. Focus on your own well-being and engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Cultivating your self-esteem and self-worth can help you navigate these challenging moments. Learning from rejection. What do I learn from rejection? So everyone's been rejected before in their life. I used to get rejected a lot when I was younger. And that's because I never had confidence and I wasn't nobody. It can damage some people's confidence for a lifetime. But for me, it didn't damage my confidence. It built it because I started to become resilient to girls saying no and, oh, I don't like you, you're not my type. So I started to find out that you got to have more than just looks for girls to actually like you. You got to actually have a stunning personality, be charming, or be funny. And I learned that at a very young age, as a matter of fact. I learned at a very young age. And women like men that are leaders. That's not the reason why I became a leader. I became a leader because it was naturally in my blood and it comes from my family. What I learned from rejection is that every time one girl rejects you, there's 10 girls that were going to say yes to you. So it became a numbers game to me. So me and my friends used to go out and play a game called football. Who can score the most goals, and that's by getting girls' numbers. This is before social media and stuff like this. This is Chakadero times. Yeah, man, I miss Chakadero times, man. Them times are so fun. We used to go out and get girls' numbers. It was all a game for us, really. Just to see, like, a girl rejected you or you nearly got the number. It's called hitting the crossbar. This is what we used to do. So I learned a lot of rejection, if I'm being honest. Got rejected many times, but I took it as a man. Men that don't learn how to deal with rejection usually turn into some other type of monsters that we're not going to mention on here, but you get the drift of what I'm trying to say. Now, I'm going to tell you the last way that you can deal with rejection. Speak to OGs and come to Rare Talks podcast, YouTube, and find out how you could have stopped this from happening. You know, learning game from OGs is the way that you can protect your heart. A lot of people don't realize that if a man's dropping you free game, then take it. Because free game, some people pay for this advice. You're getting it for free. So take advantage of it. Dealing with rejection is a hard thing. I'm not going to sit here and say it ain't. Nobody likes to be rejected. Nobody wants to feel unworthy. But the truth is, in life in general, you're going to face many rejections. If you go for 10 job interviews, you don't get 10 of them, know that you might get 11 and 11 might be the best one for you. Sometimes we focus so much on the problem that we don't see the actual outcome. Every day you're getting rejected, but you're getting closer to your dream. Eventually you learn what to not do and you become better. And some things are not meant for you. And now that comes to a whole different concept. Some things are just not meant for you. Be happy and be confident. Be content in knowing that not everything's for you. And be content in knowing not every woman's for you. And be content in knowing that not every opportunity you was meant to take at that moment. Your time is coming. Your time will come. Because see, a lot of people, preparation meets opportunity. That's luck. Luck doesn't exist in me. Preparation, you're preparing for something. So you've got all of the things that you need. You want to be a podcaster. So you have mics, you have cameras, you have the editing software, you have all of that. Now the opportunities arise. Somebody says, I want to start a podcast. Now that's luck. Luck does not exist. Remove that from your mind and become an elevated person. Make sure that you always work on self-development and becoming the best version of yourself. Remember, every day is an opportunity to become better. Where Talks were out. Bow.